Hey everybody, welcome to Neurodivergent Gaming. I'm your host, Tailgate Coolie Cat Meow, and you know what we got going on over here? High scores and low dopamine. Let's go! And today we're going to play some Klondike on my iPad. And so, let's go. I haven't played in a while, so I have a lot of resources that are ready, and I don't remember what I was working on when I ordered the resources. So just gonna pick all these up. I'm not gonna play that mini game just yet. Gotta kind of see where I'm at with everything before I play mini game. And all these cows, after you collect milk from them for a few times, then they turn golden, and then they have little treasure chests. You collect the treasure chest, and your cow goes away. You have to buy new cows, but you get prizes. And we'll harvest these crops. And come over here to the order board and we can see what people want to purchase over here on the right. Then this one, they just need some eggs because we've already got the pumpkin and the butter. So let's... Oh, we don't have any more eggs right now. We could get some more chickens though. Let's see what kind of crops we need, if any of them need crops. So we'll know what to plant. This one needs sugarcane, and this one needs cotton. So let's see if we can get those planted. The sugarcane has to go into the greenhouse. The cotton has to go into the greenhouse. And these that aren't in the greenhouse, I'm just going to go ahead and plant some wheat because we don't know what we'll need right now. Now let's play this mini game here. This is the sweets shop. And you play these mini games, and it's kind of a matching. You get 150 moves, and then based on all the different matches that you make, you get these little prizes over here. So it's kind of like the game 2048, I think is the name of it, where you just slide left and right, and then everything goes the direction that you slide, and you can make matches doing that. So we'll see. Hopefully we could get to a chocolate cake before our moves run out. And that'll get us a good prize. And a lot of the prizes are energy, and we want lots of energy. We'll do some stuff with that energy in a minute here. I always try to either go left and up or right and down, something like that. So I'm making the same movements basically over and over, and it kind of gives them time to build up, I think. So everything will build up on the right side or the left side, because it obviously has to be lined up so that you can get the right things to merge. Down to 85 moves now. So we got one of those chocolate cakes that'll give us 15 with the stuff on top. Maybe it's a jello mold, and that'll give us 15 energy when we get out of here if we, uh, depending on how much we get, because we'll get for everything. So, like, if we have a chocolate cake and one of these, I guess that's the jello mold before it's molded with the little um, yellowy golden around it there at the top, the second one from the right. Then you get your 50 stars and, you know, your, for everything that's on the board, you get one of them. So, $51 moves left. We might be able to get 2 chocolate cakes out of this. That will be good. We want as much energy as possible. And this game locks, but it unlocks after a certain amount of time. So you can play it multiple times in a day, but you have to kind of wait between playing for it to get its charge back up. "14 moves left. I'm getting a little scared now. I'm wanting to get some real good prizes, and I'm not thinking I made the best choices for that. Oh, 0 moves left. I could have gotten one more of those chocolate cakes with the fruit topping. I've had just one more move left. I don't want to do the additional moves though. I'll just take the prize that I get. And so you see how everything that I got turned into a reward. So that left me with 32 extra energy and 45 stars. And the stars go to this up here. You collect your XP and it moves you up in the rankings. Right now I'm on a level 16. And then the energy is here. I have 1,614 energy, which is quite a lot. So we like that. Down here in this blue present here on the bottom, that gives you some of your rewards as well. And I've gotten a few prizes that I'm going to place. When you place something, you can move it all around the board wherever you want it to, and then you'll put the green check mark to place it there. Looks like I have a few prizes to select, and we'll open these in just a minute. And a bus stop. I have started a bus stop. When you start a building, it makes it like this, where it's just the lumber, and you can put it anywhere in your little village that you'd like to. And then you'll work to, I'm just going to put it here for now. You'll work to do different tasks to unlock it. So let's see if we can get the rest of these prizes. And yeah, so that's all of those. So let's go ahead and open these. You just tap on it to open. This gives us a bunch of hammers and saws and trowels. So we can use those to uh, make some of our orders, some of the things we have to order. This one looks like it gave us a bunch of coal and energy. Again, the coal is used to make some of our products. We got some iron and some chocolate bars. The chocolate bars and candy and some fire and cream and water and flour. Lots of good stuff in that one. We'll open this little pink one here. We got a lot of energy and some coal and gold and more energy. So we're really racking up on the energy, and I think those are plums. And then we'll open this red one and see what we have. It's a bunch of honeycomb, and then some ice and some gears and seeds and tickets and ship wheels. So it's kind of a wide array of prizes there. So what happens is we have, let's see what mail we have. Okay. We have people that work in our village here. So we have a total of 32 workers right now, and none of them are assigned to any tasks. This apartment holds 8 workers. This house with an attic holds 5 workers. And then we have these cabins over here that hold 3 each. We have some tents that hold 2 each. And so you'll have to build cabins and tents and apartments and things like this to have a place for your workers to live. And that's how we get up to 32 workers. And then we'll assign the workers different tasks to do. And so you see here, I picked up my eggs from the chicken coop, and then that was the last one that I could pick up from them. So they turned gold and gave me a chest to open. So I'm going to open both of those, and it gave me a little bit of candy. So now we're completely out of chickens and completely out of cows. So this is our goals that we can do. So we can click on there and see what they want us to do. But what I meant to click was this one over here. Nope. As we make progress in these, we got 50 more energy there for that. We have little tasks to do. So if we spend 300 energy, then we'll get some rewards down here. Any logs, place animals, which we're about to do, and place feeders. So that gives us some little prizes as well. So we go over here to the shop. That's this cash register down here in the bottom left. And we want to click on we got the tabs that say new, and then there's animals, factories, fencing, and then housing are what these tabs are for the shop. So we're going to click on the animals. Now, the higher level you are, the more animals that you're allowed to place. And so because I'm level 16, I can place up to 10 cows and up to 7 chickens. And then you'll see how much each of them cost. It's $200 per chicken. So I'm going to put a chicken there. And again, you just drag it and drop it where you want it. And then you hit the green check mark to say, yep, that's where I want it. And I think I'm going to go ahead and max out on the chickens and the cows. You can drag them around, place them where you want them. And let's place some cows. Let's scoot this guy over. Don't want them all standing on top of each other. They will kind of wander around a little bit. And they kind of stay in the same area, but they'll mosey. See, those cows are moseying. So we got our maximum for those. It looks like our wheat is ready. The wheat grows really fast, so if you just tap on it once, the sickle pops up and we can harvest it. I'm going to go ahead and do some more wheat. And you just tap on the soil and then select what you want to grow there and drag and drop it. I'm going to come over here. If we click on the barn, this is at the top here, right below barn, it says 1 of 1. So this is saying that we are requiring 1 worker for any task that we assign to the barn, and there is 1 worker available. So that's why there's a 1 on each side. Remember, we have 32 workers, and the chicken feed, it feeds the chickens, obviously. The hay and water helps us make things. This one isn't unlocked yet. It's for sheep that's going to be available at level 17, so I have to work my way up to that. On the left side of the screen, you'll see what it takes to make those. So to make a chicken feeder, we're going to need 9 of these beans over here, and we have 31. So there's 31 available. We'll need 9 of them. And then we have 4 slots across the top, so we can assign up to 4 food items for feeding these animals. For the hay, we'll need some wheat and some grass cuttings. And then the water doesn't water the animals. We use it for other tasks, but it requires ice and fire. I have a whole lot of ice there. And you can sell your items to make some extra money. I think we'll do a little bit of each of these. We'll do 2 chicken feeders and 2 cow feeders, and it'll take 30 seconds to make those. You just click on the beans over here and you drag them to the center. You click on your items over here, you drag them to the center, and that fills up your bar across the top. Now below where the chicken feed is being made, there's a little gear. If we spend 1 of our gears, then we can go ahead and finish immediately. But I don't really want to do that. I just want to let it go. It's only 30 seconds. I'll hoard my little gears. And we have more wheat that's done, so click on it once and the harvest tool appears. And then we're going to click on the soil and let's plant some of these beans this time. And they're going to take a little bit longer to grow. So that'll give us a little bit of time there. If we click back on our cash register down here, then we can see the different items that we can build and how much they cost. And of course, when we build them, when we initially build them, they'll be in pieces, the buildings will be, and we can do some factory working to build the buildings. So we'll come back over here to our animal tab, and then we'll click on the across the top. There are two other tabs. There's cow and looks like a fence with hay behind it. And so we'll click on this fence with hay behind it, and this is our food feeders that we have. It looks like we have 6 of the chicken feeders already in storage, and we have no hay already in storage. So I'm just going to go ahead and drag the chicken feeders out here and place those, a few of those. And I'm going to move this cow. If you just hold down on him, then you can move him where you want him to go. And then collect my eggs. And then you'll see above the barn, that the chicken feeder is ready. So we'll just click on that, and then that puts it to our storage immediately. And now the hay is ready. So if we click on the barn, we can see that we just have hay left there. We have 1 hay left to make. Let's go ahead and make 3 more hay. We're just going to drag the ingredients from the left side over to the right. And that fills up the to-do list for them. And now you'll see the cows are ready with their milk. So we'll just tap on the milk here and gather it. And this gives us ingredients to make items over here in our factories. Now we have our dairy, which requires 6 workers. And we can make cream, we can make butter, we can make goggle moggle, curd cheese, regular cheese, yogurt, and then when I reach level 25, I'll be able to make ice cream, but not that high up. So again, let's check over here and see what we need. Packaged eggs, and then we need cookies, packaged eggs, a pie. There's some of that goggle moggle stuff there. And so let's see. We come over here to, that was the dairy. Let's go to the bakery next door. So the bakery, we can make flour, we can make dough, we can make cookies, which we need to make for the order, pancakes, strawberry pie, sugar cubes, curd base. There's a pumpkin cheesecake that we need to make, and a berry cake. So in order to make the pumpkin cheesecake, if you look over here to the left where the ingredients are, it requires this curd base that we can also make here. So let's make the curd base, and then when that's done, we can make the pumpkin cheesecake. And in the meantime, we can make cookies as well. So we'll let those 2 things go. And here's one of the examples of the places where you can use water to help us make our ingredients. A lot of these things require dough. Cookies require dough. The curd base requires dough. And it looks like we won't need any additional dough for the pumpkin cheesecake. But because dough is required on a lot of these things, I'm going to go ahead and fill up these last 2 slots just making dough. So that'll put that in our inventory, and we can use it later for some of the other things that we need to do. Some of our hay is ready. I'm not going to gather it yet. I'm going to go ahead and grab this milk. I'm going to wait and let those all finish making. Looks like our bean thingies are ready, so we're going to get those and then get those eggs harvested. We're going to tap on our soil here, and when you hold down before you drag it over to the soil, then it'll tell you this is 3 gold coins per soil plot of beans, and it'll also tell you how long it takes to make, normally 45 seconds, but I think there's some kind of special going on, maybe one of my power-ups that I got, that it only makes it 23 seconds, so all our time is cut in half. This is usually 10 minutes, and it's down to 5. And it'll tell you how many you have in storage as well. The price is 2 gold, but we have several of those in storage. And then let's see, this corn, it's going to be go up here a little bit. It's going to be 6 each. It usually takes 20 minutes to make, and it's 10 now, so that seems like a really good idea. And we have 158 of those in storage. And now we'll check on the strawberries real quick. The strawberries, $10 each. I say dollars, they're gold coins. And we have 200 of them in storage. So I think maybe making some corn is the way to go now. So we'll fill this up with corn. And again, you just click on the soil and then grab what you want and plant it by just dragging it over the soil plot. And go ahead and grab those eggs. And you don't have to plant the same thing in all of the soil spaces. We could have done like half corn, half strawberries if we wanted to. Um, I just like to put everything the same. And it also bothers me that I have this one soil piece that's outside of the square, but you have to level up in order to unlock more soil pieces. And that is, I'm not sure which one that's in. That's the decorating. I'm not sure which one that is for the soil pieces. Maybe they appear. But we can add the heated garden bed and the hothouse, which I'm not ready to do those yet. And those require the gold or the green gems over there. So we're not going to spend any of those right now. We got more milk being done here. So we're going to go ahead and gather all our milk. And then you'll see we have 3 of our hay done. So we'll go ahead and gather those. And then I'm going to just fill the rest of the work slots up with hay so that that'll keep on working over there. So we got the dairy and we got the bakery. Let's come over here and see what else we can do. We've got this is the quarry, and so it takes 23 energy to break apart this rock here that the quarry's dug up for us, and then that will give us some resources. I'm going to go ahead and do it so that you guys can see. He hammers away at that a little bit, and then we've got our resources there. And then we can click on the quarry, and then we can tell it what kind of, oh, I guess it's a research facility. We can tell it what kind of items we're needing. We can spend a little bit of money, and it'll go fetch those items for us and put it there where that one was so that we can harvest it. Right next to it, we have the sawmill. You'll see it takes 1 worker to run the sawmill, and we can get wood veneer, boards, glue, a beam, or cardboard. So we can make several things there. Then we have the pottery, which requires 3 workers. We can make mortar, the brick, roof tile, and then when we get to level 18, we can make a clay pot. And then next to that, we have the quarry. This one's the quarry. It allows us to make gravel with the rocks that we've got, quartz sand, and cement. And next to it, we have the smith or smithy, and it requires 1 worker. With this, you can make nails, pipe, and chains. So all of those are required for some of the buildings that we'll be making. Turn into gifts now. Interesting. So we just turned that into gifts, which is fine. I didn't want to bust up anyway. So we got energy from it. Energy's good. We're going to go to the map here in a minute and see how to spend some of that energy. The factory, we can make a stool, and you see how that requires the nails and the glue and the wood veneer. We make table. We don't have enough boards to do that. Windows, we need glass for that. And a bed, a cardboard box, we'll obviously need cardboard for, and a wooden crate we can make at the factory. So lots of little things that we can make there. And let's see, over here we've done a few things we can kind of decorate. We can hammer these things out. Like we can get rid of this little shrub. It only takes 7 energy, and that kind of cleans the area up. I don't want to get rid of all the little shrubberies, but that's kind of what that's about. Let's look at our daily task here. We've placed 2 animals, so that gives us a little bit, produce energy, and play at the sweet shop. We've already played at the sweet shop, so we'll have to wait until it allows us to do that again. But we can produce energy, and you'll see there's a candy factory and another little building that I forget what it's called. Let's come over here and find out. This is the other little building, the furnace. So we can select these different items and it will give us different amounts of energy. So if we select this plum, perhaps, it fills that bar up just a little bit. And so we just tap on it and it makes progress towards filling up the bar. And then this flower here and an apple, and you see how each one we're tapping on fills the bar up more. And so then that gave us 15 energy, and we have to wait for 4 minutes and 56 seconds before we can utilize that bar again to create more energy. We can do an immediate cool off, costing us 1 block of ice, of which we have 55, but I'm not really interested in doing that right now. You'll see the honeycomb takes up more progress on the progress bar to make the energy, and then this bigger honeycomb here almost fills the bar up completely. So we'll fill those up, and so we've made 3 15s, so 45 energy in doing that, and that gives us our reward for that. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you feel like it. That's the hit. Catch you next time. Bye. Collect goods from the bakery is one of our new tasks. So let's see what we've got going on at the bakery. I'm going to grab this milk first. And these eggs. I'm going to grab the hay. And I'm going to go ahead and make more hay. So we got our 4 slots filled up, and that'll be working on hay. Let's come over here to the bakery. We're still 5 minutes away from having the curd base complete. I'm going to go ahead and use 2 gears and finish it immediately, and then that will have finished that task where we collect goods from the bakery, if there was only one we needed to collect. Now we have our last box open, so we can assign a new task, and since we have our curd base, we can make the pumpkin cheesecake that's on our order board over there. So we'll do that, put that in the work order line. And it looks like we need to collect 2 goods from the bakery to complete that task instead of just 1. So we'll come back to that in just a couple of minutes, see how long we have left on that. Another 5 minutes. That'll give us time to look around and do some other things. So we made energy over here with the furnace. The other place we can make energy is here at the cauldron. So we got candy and chocolate bars from our gift boxes earlier, and we can use those. Again, it goes from left to right. The stuff on the left takes up the smallest amount of room on the green bar, and the stuff to the right of it takes up a bigger space. So I'm going to go ahead and tap a bunch of these candy bars and just fill that up. So we're at the most energy from the cauldron we can get. And that's got our energy up to 1809. Let's see what we have here. We got some daily tasks that we can do and some rewards. We got 30 energy for our rewards towards completing these daily tasks. I want to go to another location here. So I'm going to click on this, and then this is our home over there. This is, click on the home and I'll show. This is the main area there. But we'll click on this map in the bottom right corner, and that brings the map up. We've already been to Brook Valley and Wind Song there, and we have a few other places. We're making our way. You can see the dotted line, the different places that we're making. There's 2 days and 15 hours left for this Blooming Plains area, and there's a park area here. And so Oh, I thought the park area was on the map. It's not. Avery is the next place that we have here. Airy, not Avery. Let's go to the Blooming Plains and see what we got there. We have the Journalist District. I'm going to go ahead and tap into that. And this will take us to another location where we can spend a whole bunch of our energy and make some progress. You get a daily bonus. And I haven't played the game in several days, but I don't lose progress on that. So you'll see that was on 17, I think. But it's been several days since I played. Like I said, that does not reset to 0. Just every day that you play, it adds to it. So our daily prize is some gold and energy and some wood. So we're going to claim, not double. And so in 16 hours, we'll get that next one unlocked. So you don't even have to wait a full day. You can come back later. So there's a little bit of a story here. Sometimes I just skip the story, but we'll read this one. And then you just tap the screen to advance. And then we have a special offer here. We can get 50 for free, so I'm going to tap that. And then tap claim. And then they want 99 cents for the next one. And I don't want to unlock that because we have a lot of energy and stuff right now, so we don't need it. And we're going to click the X on the top right to make that go away. This says that I'm available to take a survey on this, but I'm not going to do that right now. So we're just going to hold off on that. So we have lots of things going on here. We can tap on some things to gather some things. We got some presents, and we can talk to this guy here that has the balloons, and if you watch an ad, he'll put a stick of dynamite close to where the person is standing and blow up the area so that you don't have to use your energy. I'm going to click these blue presents that have the lightning energy coming off the top of them, and we'll go ahead and gather those. I like to gather as much energy as possible and get that number really high before I start doing the tasks. So we got those, and I'm gonna scroll over here. I think we need to get over in this area and knock these things out so we can make progress through the cloud district here. So I'm gonna click on these. You just tap them, and then once you tap it, it tells you above how much it takes to destroy it. So it's wanting me to click on this gnome, and when I tapped on it, then it tells me it's 13 to collect the gnome, collect from the gnome. Here's a treasure chest next to it. I'm going to tap on that, and you'll see that's giving me some XP, some energy, a thimble, and a hook. So a few things there. I'm going to click these presents to the right over this way that have the energy coming off of them as well. And see how much energy we get from all of that. And then I'm going to click this red present over here and see what we get there. The Fisher set is completed and can be exchanged now. I'm going to go ahead and exchange it. What happens is if you get all of the things in the set, like the bobber, the hook, the tackle, tin can, then you can click exchange over here, and it takes those pieces and gives you the reward. So it's like buying the buckets of water. You can get different butterflies, get some honey, you can get uh, different cultural items, get some iron there, different wooden items, get some glue, this kind of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the water from that, and then tap on the gazebo there and it gives me a little something. I'm going to clear out this rock and this tree over here to the left. I'm going to clear out, just make some room, make things look open. And these rocks right there and the little patch of grass, I'm going to go ahead and get those. I'm going to leave the flowers because I think they're cute. All right, I'm going to come up here just below where it shows my level 16 there, and I'm going to see what we have going on. So if we play in the tournament, then based on our tournament place, we get a variety of rewards. It looks like I was playing in the tournament, and I'm really down low on the list here. Let's see, we have a day and 15 hours left. I'm far down on the list. Let's see how far down it is. I'm guessing at the bottom. But as we collect these golden tokens here on the right, yeah, I'm not going to scroll all the way down because, yeah, I only have 100 of those. But as we collect those, then we go up, and you see across the top, then as we get more of the tokens, then we'll get a prize here. This one is 50 energy. So we've claimed some logs. We've spent some energy, but not quite 300 yet. We are getting a prize because we've reached a certain spot. We got 70 energy. This game is great about giving energy, making the energy easy to access, because some games you have to end up waiting for hours before you can continue playing. So I'm going to click the puppy dog here next to the trophy. And as we get these golden, I keep clicking those, as we get these golden tokens that have the dog bone on them, then we unlock different prizes along the way. So I'm going to go ahead and take the ones that we've earned so far, and I'm going to click this feed the dog. And now he's happy, and he's given us a few things, a few of the tokens as well. And click this journal up here to the left. And there's a community challenge with a grand prize. I'm going to go ahead and take the prize, the little purple one here, which gives me saws and even more energy. And I'm going to take this green present, it's stage 2 of 6 up there. This gives us some green gems and gears. And then we're a little bit away from this one, so it'll be a minute before we hit that one. So we're about halfway through that one. All right, we'll X out of this. I'm going to click this kitty cat down here and see if he gives us anything. He gave us a little fish hook. I just clicked him because he's cute. I'm going to also come over here and click the star. I think that's another prize. Okay, yeah, it gave us another cultural item, so I'm going to go ahead and exchange it because that completes our set, and we'll get some iron for that. Close out of there. There's a red present over here as well, so I'm going to come over here and get this red present. And it gives us enough that we completed another Fisher set, so we'll collect that. Now I'm going to click on this map up here next to the puppy dog, and we can look at our special tasks. So we went to the journalist district, and that gave us some XP. Let's see what else we can do up here. Scroll up to the top of the list. They put the things that are easiest for us to achieve at the top of the list. So start working on the holiday project, turn on the music, water the peonies, remove thorns, pet the puppies. I didn't even see the puppies, but I look forward to petting them. And find the hides, collect flower baskets, open the chambers of secrets. Sounds very Harry Potter-esque. So I'm going to come up here, and you can click on the question mark to the right of it, and it will show you where to go to do that. And so this is saying we need to complete this in a series of stages. And it'll take 8 stages. To do that, we need to get these flowers. If we click the question mark next to the flower, then it shows us where those are. And so we're going to need to get in there to do that. So I am going to talk to uh, gonna come over here to where these presents are and grab those. And I told it not to keep telling me that we can do the exchanges because those things keep popping up. And I'm gonna see about taking out some of these trees so we can get this energy spent. I'm gonna take out this big tree so I can see it's blocking a lot of the path here. And then this guy is blocking a lot of the path too. You can't see what's behind those balloons, but I don't want to watch an ad right now, so let's see what we got here. So we've almost spent the energy, but we can see when we spend the energy how far away from that 300 goal we are. Look here on the trophy stuff. Up to 8th position here. And we got a green treasure chest, which gives us 50 more energy. Collect that. And we're just going to keep working our way up for that. I'm going to clear out this area here to the left of the swing here and get these rocks and plants and all of this gone. That chest is popping up because the character is standing near the blue presents there, and it's wanting me to open those, but I'm going to wait on those. I'm going to clear this tree out as well. I'll have to come around the other side, or I guess my character can just walk through a fence. And that way it's a little clear there. I'm going to tap on this birdhouse. It gives me a few things. Tap on those flowers. It gives me a few things. And I'm going to take out the 2 trees on each side of this little shed here. And it just kind of clears the area out some. So we'll have the little exclamation mark next to our journal down here, which means we've spent our energy that was required. We've got us another purple present here, which gives us 100 energy. So that's great. And then we have 182. We need 200 to get to our next present. Close out of that. I'm going to visit our puppy dog friend up here and see what rewards we got from him. Looks like we have some honeycomb and some water. Take both of those and then X out of here. I'm going to go back to the map down here on the right. And let's go to our next location there. And again, it's asking me for the survey, but I'm not going to do that right now. So here we have a lot of things that we can clear. And there's a gentleman down here with an exclamation mark above his head. If we talk to him, then he will tell us what we can trade with him. So we can trade this little alligator icon, this little totem here, and another totem there. So I'm going to go ahead and do all of these. And then once you make all of the trades, then you can come over here to the right and you can claim the saws and the trowels that you get from that. And then he'll be on his way there. But we have a lot of area to clear out, and this will give us resources. So I'm going to start with this bush here, and I'm just going to clean some stuff out. We have about 2,000 energy to spend, so I'm going to gather the resources. You just tap on the item, and it'll tell you how much energy it takes to clear it off, and then tap on the blue square with the energy amount in there, and it will clean it out, clear it out. As we get this area over here cleared out from the fog, then it opens, clears the fog out. So now you can see we have a little chest over here, that we are able to see now since we got the fog cleared out, and that gives us additional um, little rewards. I keep calling them prizes. I'm going to come over here now. Let's get some of this stuff knocked out. I tap on a few of them at once. You obviously don't have to do that. You can just do it one at a time. I'm going to see about taking out some of these big trees here. It's 41 to take that out. Just so we can see what's going on. This is just a little shrub, but I'll go ahead and do that since the blue thing popped up. I'm going to take out this big tree, hopefully. And it clears more so we can see. I'm going to take out these little shrubs. And 41 to get rid of that big tree. And I'm not going to buy a piggy bank right now, so I'm just going to close out of that. I'm going to come down here. We see we have another little chest behind here. Maybe if I can get to it. I guess I got to clear this out a little bit. So I'm going to clear those resources out. And then that's going to let me get to this little chest here. And you can click on the chest, or you can click on the little pink chest that pops up above it. I'm going to click on the pink chest. I keep hitting that totem. And I'm going to clear out so I can get to this area back here. And we're just harvesting all these resources. And you see it's getting some more of those gold coins with the blue star in the middle for that tournament. And it's getting us more of the dog coins so that we can progress in that. And it's given us wheat and things like this that the resources come with, that the resources are in. I'm going to come over here now and start clearing out this area some. There's not really a rhyme or reason to my method of clearing things out. I'm just opening up the area, clearing up some fog, that kind of thing. You know, see about clearing this stuff out. And maybe we can get back here to this fog area that's on the other side of the totems. My person appears to be frozen. My person's just standing there. But it looks like it's getting rid of the item. It's just my person's not moving. Let's click on here and get the rewards from the puppy dog. And we'll click on here and see where we're at here. We got another 2 prizes there, so we'll claim those. We're up to position 6 now. Let's try moving to a different area and then seeing if that unlocks our person and check out where we are on the log here. Okay, so I guess the bakery item's finished at the home. So we'll click on our map in the bottom left and go back home and see what we've got going on there. And then maybe our person will have a chance to unfreeze. All right, we got lots of stuff to collect here. We got cookies and dough. We got milk. Just gathering the resources. I find a lot of calm and peace in gathering the resources. I always say that if the zombie apocalypse happens, that I'm going to be the one that's going to like hoard all the medicines and stuff like that. I think it thinks I'm trying to move that. I'm not trying to move that. I want to harvest it. Okay, weird. Okay, gonna harvest all this corn. And it looks like our sugar cane was done as well. So we can plant, this stuff's in the way here. We can plant pumpkin for an hour, sugar cane 30 minutes, tomatoes an hour 15, cotton hour 30, and watermelon 2 hours. I'm going to go ahead and do the watermelon, I think, because it's such a bargain. And then Let's see, 179 we have of those, 225, 152, only 36 beans. I think maybe we should plant some beans. So just get all those in there. And then here we have, this is where our exchanges are. So there are a few exchanges we can make. I just kept telling it to, I clicked the box that said stop telling me when these things are available because it kept popping up and it was bothering me. So let's click on our board over here. I don't have a super great memory. We need a lot more cookies. We need a lot more cookies for that order, but we'll be able to get this order in just a few minutes. And I think the factory is what bundles the cotton and the sugar cane. So let's see. Maybe not. I don't remember. I'll have to try to remember. Maybe over here. The packing house, that's what it is. So I'll need some more quartz sand because the packing house isn't built yet. So where can I get quartz sand from? Here. So it takes one worker and I've got one available. So I'm just going to fill up every slot trying to get the quartz sand. And I already forgot how many we need to finish that building. Okay, we only need 4 and so we're good there. We got 4 in the works. Click down here on our inventory and I want to see how many gears I have. Let's see if I can rush that along. So it looks like 66 gears here. And so let's use some of those and go ahead and get this done. If we wait a second, then it changes it to 1 gear. So go ahead and get those done. Now we're done with those, and so we can build the next stage of this. And now we need windows, chain, and gravel. So let's see where we can work on those. The chains, looks like we have enough for 1 of those, and then we're going to need some lead pipe. How many lead pipes? I think we're just going to go ahead and maybe fill the rest up with lead pipes for now because we're going to need to make more than just 1 chain. 2 more chains. And then for windows, we'll need some glass. And you can click on the question mark next to it to see where to make the item. So here's where we make the glass. It looks like we have enough to make 3 of them, or 2 of them. We still need some mortar. So we'll come over here and again, just dragging the ingredients to the middle. A lot of times, we don't need this much mortar to make the glass, but I figure while we have the factories going, we can just make as many as possible. And that'll come in useful in the future. It can go in our inventory. We're definitely not losing it. All these cows you see, it's like popping up. All these cows you see are thinking about food because they're hungry. So if we click on it, then it automatically brings us up. We have 12 pieces of hay we can feed them. So I'm going to just go ahead and put out there what we have. And now the cows can have plenty to eat. Our beans are ready, so I'm going to harvest those and I'm going to plant some more beans. Just see how full we can make that part of our inventory. Over here is the dock, and this will allow us to fill some orders, sort of like the order board at the other side of our little island here, but it's a little different. So for this one we have 13 hours 57 minutes to complete all of these items. If we fill the rows up with the items, we got mortar and a stool and the yogurt parfait thing. If we fill all those up, then we get several rewards down here. And that's pretty good. We have 13 hours to work towards that. I'm not super worried about that right now. So these beans are done quick. Plant some more. Now let's click on our map and we will go back and see if our person is unstuck. They really want me to take this survey. I love surveys. I think they're super important, so I will probably end up taking the survey. Let's see if we can clear out here so we can get the fog cleared out. Just chop those down. It looks like we have some rock behind there. There we go. I got some of the fog cleared out. I'm going to come over here, do these flowers here. Get those out of the way. And then it looks like we could work over here and maybe make our way into the cloud path some. So let's see if we can do that. It might not let us. Okay, there we go. And it looks like we have a big Klondike chest here. Get lots of prizes. So that's pretty good. I'm just going to go ahead and see about clearing out the rest of this area, see if I have enough energy for it. We should. We've got loads of energy. Get these yellow bushes and this big orange rock here. That might be iron. I'm not sure. But we'll get that cleaned out as well. And just gathering up all these resources. We dropped down to number 8 in that little tournament there. So we have a supply box. It's giving us some items there. And all of the things that we're collecting are going in our little inventory bag down there. So we'll be able to use those in the different factories and stuff to... our person is stuck again. Let's check on this puppy dog up here. It's giving us 10 ice cubes. Close out of there. Let's go back to our map. And we'll go back to the blooming plains. Go back to the journalist district here. I will take your survey, I promise. And here we have some more cloud coverage. Let's see if we can clear some of the clouds up by getting this area cleaned out. Some of it may want us to wait till we get to a higher level before it clears the fog out. I'm not sure. And there's a little purple box here to the right. Click on it, see what we get there. And click on those flowers. There's certain items like the flowers and when you pet the cat, things like that, that just give you the rewards. So those are good. Come over here to where these swans are. Maybe they give us rewards. Yeah. And check out the rabbit. All right, let's work on this big blue bird over here. We got a new area. Clicked on the butterflies there. We're going to click on this chest by the tree and then this blue chest. And then we're going to check out that gnome there. And let's just keep going. Let's knock out that next blue bird and give us some water there, and another gnome we can grab. I don't know how many gnomes we're supposed to collect. I can't remember, but this yellow arrow was telling me to check this book. Okay, so we have enough gnomes. We want to open the editorial office door. So where's that at? Over here. And we have our key now, so let's open that up. The day has begun in chaos, so we need to get that sorted for everybody. I'm going to click on these papers to get that sorted, and click on this armoire, and it's going to give us a couple of things. There's a little star present here, and I'm going to click on these energy presents to get our energy back up even more. I love that this game gives you so much energy, so you're not having to wait for hours and hours and hours to play. Some of them make you wait quite a long time. Wow, there was a lot of energy in that one. So we're going to keep on trucking here, get this energy. And this typewriter is doing some magic stuff. We'll click on that. And let's get these books picked up here. That might unlock some more of the fog for us as we make our way deeper into the building. Okay, it did. I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit more of that done. Everything feels real cramped and crowded. I think they do that so that we'll be compelled to get it all cleaned up. I'm going to get this, I'm going to pet the cat. Maybe. Maybe I just click the desk. And so the papers that we picked up earlier, we can now put them in the filing cabinets by clicking over here. And so we got that organized. And then there's a couple desks. I'm going to go ahead and click on both of them, get some stuff there. Check out the bookcases. That gives us some stuff. And get the lamp, get this blue present here. Then get these flowers picked up out of the middle of the floor, because that's a silly place for flowers. I guess the cat is on the desk using the typewriter. That's pretty funny. So let's work our way deeper in here, get these other books cleaned up. We've opened up another room, and there is energy galore. I'm going to click on the desks that I find and this gramophone over here. It looks like I can break that down or pick that up and get some stuff from it. It's playing again, that's good. See the little music notes coming out from it. And we have some books to clean up over here on the right and some books to clean up on the left. I'm gonna say hi to this kitty cat. And I'm going to start with these books over here because my character is closer to over here. Okay, so now we have more open filing cabinets, but we don't have the papers that are required to put them in there. I'm going to grab these papers, and then we can't really see. It's blocked off a little bit because of this tree here. So I'm going to chop that tree down. And then it looks like that we could get that put away, and then we have another gramophone here that we can get going. Clean that up a little bit. And a couple more desks to tap, and a lamp. There's a kitty cat that's sleeping. We're gonna be like, hello, kitty cat sleeping. And let's come over here. We'll get these books cleaned up. And maybe there'll be some more papers over there that we can get filed. Looks like it. And check out the desk and the clock and the plant and the picture. Just kind of want to tap on all the items. If it's something that we can tear down to get resources, then the little blue, I guess like a speech bubble, will appear and tell us how much it'll take to get rid of those things. And if it's something that just gives us resources, then the resources will show up. So I'm just gonna click every solid thing just to see. And I'm gonna get all of this energy from the middle of the room here. See how high that gets us up. I'm gonna file those papers we found. And it looks like the other papers are over here. I like too when you click what it is you're trying to accomplish, it shows you where to find the item that you need. So I like that a lot. And then we'll file this last batch of papers over there. And it looks like we've unlocked the rest of the room here, or building. Congratulations. Oh, more stuff to do. The grandparents' estate. The caretakers needing some help. All right, so we need to plan a route to I guess the grandparents' stuff. I don't know if it's all the way over here. I don't know. That's a lot of fog. Let's click on this book it wants us to click on. Okay, so we can spend 5 energy to kind of roll the dial here, and it's going to take 75 total for us to get this book. So see how this goes. That gave us 25 and another 25. I was hoping one of them would give us like a 50 or something, but that gave us some XP. All right, so let's check out what else we have in this room. Get some yarn, and there's another cat we can pet. And we're going to click on some solid objects and see if they just give us some resources. Some cushions. We have a chest here. That'll give us something. See if we zoom in a little so you can see it a little better. And we get this energy up from the middle of the room. So our energy was getting a little low there. And then we have a blue present and a star-shaped present. And then we might be able to click on these vases that plant the corkboard so we can get lots of resources. Okay, so for the corkboard, it's saying that we need the items that are over here in the fog. So we probably need to break down these vases to get to there. Let's go ahead and tap that though before I forget. All right, so let's start breaking this stuff down. All right, the fireplace is going to give us the resource of fire. That makes sense. Tap on that ship in a bottle there, and another gramophone to get going. More cats, chessboard, cushion, houseplants, lamp, photograph, chair, another cushion. Just going to tap on all that stuff that we can because it gives us resources. I'm going to grab the yarn. And then I think it was out this way that we needed the stuff for the corkboard. I'm going to tap on the corkboard again to see. Okay, it's this book here. So they need 75. I'm hoping I get a 50 right off. Nope. Let's see. It looks like we're doing 325s again. So we've got that. We got a little green present here and another cat. We're going to tap on these cushions and the chairs. And let's see about this stool and this piano, the candelabra, and the plant there. Just want to make sure we're tapping on all of it so we get all the resources. And then was that the only thing that we needed to do the corkboard? Nope, we need one over here. So let's knock out some of these vases. And there's our other book. Come on, 50. 325s again. Oh well. So now we should have all of the things we need for the corkboard. So let's come back over here. Oh no, they want 6 balls of yarn. So we found a few of them. Let's see. If we tap on it, it should show us where the other yarn is. There's some. And then the other ones are out there, it looks like. Just gonna get these chairs and lamps and things tapped on. And then we'll start clearing out these over here. Making our way. All right. This lady that's been trapped in this room under all this fog would like to know what we're doing. An emergency vacation, that sounds important. So we got some more yarn here. And then it looks like we need to go out there to get the next piece of yarn. I'm gonna start tapping some things in this room though. Get those papers picked up. Tap on these chairs, couch, the lamp. There's the wilted peony, and they want us to water it. It's going to take 3 of our 680 water to water them, so we got that going. And there's a little yellow, there you go. There's a little yellow and blue present. We'll tap on both of those. Make sure we got all those chairs. And then over here next to the couch and the lamp, we have a chest and some more papers. There's some more peonies we can water. We've got plenty of water, so let's definitely do that. Getting all these resources, water those. Yay, the flowers are blooming again. And let's go back out here and get this other piece of yarn that's hiding out in this fog in this area. Okay, this kitty cat is a trader, so let's exchange some of our items there. And our other ball of yarn. We got loads of presents out here and another gramophone. Some more cats to pet. Let's fix this gramophone. Knock the things out that are around it. Get these cushions tapped on. We got a blue chest there. And these big chests, like the one to the left of the gramophone here, what they do is that you can watch an ad to unlock those, and they have loads of energy in them. I don't want to watch an ad right now, though. So I'm going to get these presents over here. This is a pretty tree. I don't know what kind of tree it is with the blue stuff hanging down. Clear that out so we can see a little bit better and tap on this stuff that might give us some resources for free. And the cat wants to talk to us again, so oops. I guess we'll watch an ad. Merge prison. That seems intense. She's up to no good. I guess you merge to get out of prison. Maybe you're solving crimes. It's a bad prison. I think I have loads of merge games already, so I'm not going to get this one. But this does unlock the giant chest, so it'll give us more energy. There we go. Now let's see if I can click on the exclamation mark above the cat, which is what I was going for. And trade some more things in with the cat there. All right, let's work our way back here. And there's our next piece of yarn, which would be our last one there. So we have 5 of 6, and now we're about to have 6 of 6. So we can click on that cork board and it puts a little map there. Let's check on our progress where the trophy is. We're ranked 5th now, and we've got 4 green chests there that we can take. Gives us loads of things. And now we'll check on the puppy dog, see about feeding him. Nope, we can't feed him for 2 more hours, but we've got some rewards for the puppy coins. And then our book over here, we've done some tasks, so we're going to claim the things that we've done. This one, they want us to get ink, finish the articles, and send the articles to print. So we've got 1 ink well there. So we're a little ways away from finishing that one. Let's open this chest here and click on everything out here and see what we can get resources for. That's a cute chair. We got some cushions on the ground and a little picnic. Let's grab those flowers and did we click on that one already? Yeah. So the cat wants to trade with us again. Every time we get something that the cat can trade, it'll want to trade with us. Let's work our way out here. We could go down here this way, or we could go up there this way. I think we'll go down here. And let's see what's out here in the fog. Oh, we found another person. He's working hard while we're taking naps. And let's click on the furniture in this room to get some resources. The candelabra. And there's another inkwell. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you feel like it. That's the hit. Catch you next time. Bye.